So in the positive form, I can say, I can play the piano. She can speak Spanish. Now notice the pronunciation of can becomes can. She can speak Spanish. He can play tennis. We can speak German. All right, so can becomes can when we speak. Now the negative form is cannot, but we abbreviate it when we speak. So it becomes can't. Now notice the difference in pronunciation between can and can't. Yeah? So the examples are, they can't understand you. I can't windsurf. Sharon can't cook every day. And notice the form never changes. It's like should. So we say can, can't, I can, you can't, she can, it can, they can't. You never changes. So that's really useful. All right? The question form is, again, simple. You put can in front of the subject. So we say, can you speak Italian? Can she drive? Can he cook? What can you do? All right, so the form is simple. Can with every subject form, then the infinitive without to. So not difficult. So the first one is, why don't we, or why don't you? Why don't we go to a show? Why don't you take a rest? Why don't we take a holiday? And why don't you come with me? All right, number one. Number two, how about plus the verb plus ing? You notice that? How about doing something? And it's the same with what about, the same construction. What about doing? So it's a gerund form. The examples are, how about eating in an Italian restaurant? Or how about inviting Jack? That's Sharon's idea. Or what about going to the seaside? Or what about seeing a film? Okay, so three ways. Why don't we go? What about going? How about going? So remember, you'll find those together, okay? So, ability we have already studied. A simple request. Can I ask you a few questions? Can I make a phone call? Can I hear part of the music? You know, when Jack asked, da 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 da, Jack and Peter, can I hear part of the music? Then asking permission. Can I go to the party? You know, children, parents. Can he come with me? And can we use your car? And then you give permission using can. Yes, you can watch television for 1 hour, parents to children. Or, sure, you can use my computer, but I won't tell Mr. Monkey that. And they can pay by credit card, for example. All right? And then prohibition. You can't go out tonight. You can't go out tonight. She can't come to the party, and they can't use my computer. All right? So the verb, as I said, is used for wishes, wishes that you have. So we often use it in restaurants. And the form is would like plus the verb. Would you like to go? Or just simply, would you like some wine, you can say. Now, the question is important because we don't contract the form. Let's look at the examples on the screen. Would you like to come out with us this evening? Would you like to come out? Okay? Would they like to have some wine? What would you like to order, Mr. Monkey? And where would you like to go this weekend? So the question form, what would you like to do, or what would you like? Then the positive form. Now, in the positive form, we contract. You know, very often we contract in English. So I would like becomes I'd like. And in fact, Jack said, I'd like to be alone with you, remember? Other examples, they'd like to have dinner. They'd like to have dinner. So you see the pronunciation is not easy. They would becomes they'd, okay? He'd like to buy a TV. He'd like to buy a TV. She'd like to visit her friends this weekend. She'd like. So I'd like, you'd like, she'd like, they'd like. All right, the contractions. And in the negative, we also contract and we say she wouldn't like. Would not like becomes wouldn't like. Difficult, isn't it, English pronunciation? So she wouldn't like to stay for the weekend, and I wouldn't like to do that. So very, very important, this form, I'd like to, because very often we talk about our preferences and now. So we said that usually we use some in the positive form, any in the negative and question. Well, the exception is this. With offers and requests, we use some. So we would say, for example, would you like some lunch? Or would they like some biscuits? Now, when you're on a plane and you hear an air hostess who says to you, any coffee, any biscuits, it's wrong. It's wrong. You must tell her, no, 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 no. We say some. Okay, watch out for that. So, would you like some lunch? Would you like some biscuits? And then requests, can I have some cheese? Notice the question, can I have? It's a request. Can I have some cheese? Or can we have some water? All right, so that is an exception with some and any when we use offers and requests.
A traveller is a person who travels to many foreign countries. And what's a foreign country? A country that is not your country. I'm from Scotland, so for me, France is a foreign country. And a foreigner is a person from a different country. I am a foreigner in France. But a tourist is someone who's on holiday in a foreign country. Let's have a look at some other useful words and expressions to talk about travelling. I called Christine a globetrotter. That's a person who travels all around the world from one country to another country. She visits America, then Japan, then Kenya and Spain. A holiday destination is a place where people go on holiday, like Paris and Ibiza. A tourist attraction is something people visit, like Buckingham Palace and the Louvre. An important word for travellers is accommodation. Accommodation is the place where you stay and sleep. A hotel is a kind of accommodation. A bed and breakfast is another kind of accommodation. What do people do when they go on holiday? They visit tourist attractions, like the souks in Dubai. A souk is a traditional Arab market. Or, if they prefer the sun and the sea, they go to the beach. When I go to the beach, I like to relax and sunbathe. Sunbathing is when you sit or lie in the sun and do nothing. Maybe just read a book. But there are often water activities you can do, like snorkeling and diving. Snorkeling is like swimming, but you have a mask to see under the water. Diving is swimming deep under the water with oxygen tanks to breathe. Notice how we say the United Arab Emirates. The article the is used when the words United, union and republic are in the name of the country. For example, we say the United States of America, the Republic of Ireland, the Soviet Union. But we say Spain, Brazil, Australia, France, and we don't use the with names of cities. Dubai, London, Madrid, Rome. That's all. Listen to music. We say listen to the radio, listen to a CD, and listen to me. How do we listen to music? With a CD player, you listen to CDs. With a record player, you listen to records. And with a cassette player, you listen to cassettes. Now, a lot of people use MP3 players because they download music from the internet to their computers as MP3 files. An MP3 file is the music file you find on a music website, which, as Tony said, is like a music library where you can find lots of different songs. Now, that was a lot of information, so let's see now. You download music from the internet to your computer. Notice the use of from and to. You download the music from the computer to your MP3 player, and then you can listen to music on an MP3 player. Here, notice the use of on. You listen to a CD on a CD player. You listen to a record on a record player, and you listen to music on the radio. We also say go on the net, and when we do research on the internet, we say that we navigate or surf the net. The net is the abbreviation of the internet. Remember, I asked Tony, what kind of music do you like? What kind of is a useful question form, not only to talk about music. We ask, what kind of food do you like? What kind of beer do you like? What kind of wine do you like? In these questions, kind means type or genre. Genre is another word Tony used. Pop is a genre of music. Classical is also a genre. So, happy listening.